Hello! We're super excited to start this course with you. I hope you are too. But as you know, before we do, what I'd like to do is to give you a roadmap of what we're going to learn, the order we're going to learn things in, so that we have a path to success. So let's see what this course will look like for you. Now, obviously have to start off with the Vue fundamentals. These are the core concepts of Vue, so that by the end of this section, you can start building things in Vue. For those that are already experienced in Vue, this will just be a quick refresher for you. Now, after the fundamentals, we're actually going to go straight into a project, and this one's called the Perspective Playground. It's a really quick mini project we're going to build just to get you excited and show you how fast we can build things with Vue. From there, we're gonna dive deeper into the developer environment. We're gonna learn all the tools that Vue developers use. Things like Webpack, Sass, PostCSS, ESLint, Vue CLI, and so much more. We're going to make sure that you're gonna have a professional setup. We're then gonna dive into beyond the fundamentals, more advanced topics of Vue, and how we can build larger and larger applications using more advanced techniques. A lot to cover here, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We then dive into a fun section, a quick section on transitions and animations. In this modern age, we need to make applications beautiful. They need to look smooth. They need to have animations and, well, transitions. So we're gonna use the Web Animation API and a ton of other tools to build beautiful applications that look modern. We then dive into our second project, and this is called a quiz app. Now, the name doesn't sound exciting, but it's an exciting project. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to include all the things we've learned up until now. And by the way, all the projects in the course are completely customizable, so that at the end of the course, you're going to be able to make your apps look different from everybody else and be able to put them on your profile. As a matter of fact, in a few lessons, we're going to provide all the code for you so you can get started on them. You can add them to your portfolio right away. All right. This is the exciting part of the course. We made this a big chunk of the course because, let's be honest, if you want to get a job as a Vue developer, you need to be able to build large-scale applications and know exactly what goes into them so that you can make decisions for yourself. So we're going to build a big music project, kind of like Spotify or SoundCloud. And in here, we're going to learn all the top techniques, all the tools that you will encounter in real world. We're gonna have file uploads where you can upload music and play music in the app. We're gonna have authentication so you can log in, log out, have users. We're gonna use a modern CSS library like Tailwind CSS to make your apps stand out. We're gonna obviously use Vue Router to route to different pages. We're gonna use Vuex for state management. We're gonna learn how to deploy our apps to production and how to have a nice workflow so that we can constantly improve our apps when they become public. This is going to be a really fun one, and you're going to be amazed how quickly we can do this. And then finally, we have to talk about performance. Our job here isn't to just teach you the basics, but to actually teach you how to architect apps, how to develop apps that are large, that can scale, that can be viewed at the same time by thousands, millions of users. It's going to get you prepared to start building these large Vue projects. And then we have this one. This is a topic that not a lot of courses out there cover, but we think it's really important. It's called internationalization. How do you handle an app that needs to have multiple languages? Maybe you have both English users and Spanish users, Chinese users and French users. How can you make your app change languages? And this is where internationalization comes in. Now, this is going to be a full stack app. We're going to be using Firebase and make sure that your app can have as many users as you want and as many file uploads and music as you want. Here's the thing. We're going to make sure to cover the composition API. This is a new API from Vue that you're going to need to know, and we're going to make sure that we cover it in the course. And then we have these two extra parts that we're really excited about. We're gonna show you how to build progressive web apps with Vue so that these apps work nicely on both web and mobile. And then another important topic that often doesn't get covered, and that is testing. We're gonna show you how to test Vue applications, how to write unit tests using Jest, but also cover topics like snapshot testing and end-to-end testing. As you can see here, we have a lot to cover. It's a big course. We guarantee you that you'll come out of this course a top Vue developer and that you're gonna fall in love with Vue. But for those that have seen my other courses, you know I have to mention this because this is my favorite part of all our courses, and it's right here. Our online private community of over 400,000 engineers. We have people here chatting every day, helping each other out, solving problems together, and working together as they complete the course. This is an optional resource for you to use so you can have back and forth conversation, have other classmates, so you don't feel like you're doing this on your own. All right, I'm getting sidetracked. I know you're getting excited. I think it's time for us to dive into the world of Vue and become masters of Vue.js. Let's get started.